Previously on Ballz.
Robbie Fleck, the African grey parrot.
Darren, how you going?
All right,
Hello, Robbie.
Yeah, John, how's it?
Good. Nice to catch up with you. Thanks for chatting to us. Just finished today's practice session.
Darren, we actually had the day off today, so I've been babysitting kids all day, which has probably been more frustrating coaching players. But,
all right.
All good fun nonetheless.
How many in the brood now? Two still.
Yeah, I've got two little boys, Darren. They're manic.
Manic.
Absolutely manic.
Yeah, well, they are Flex, so it's not to be unexpected. And preparations, obviously, day off today for the guy. What do the guys do on there? Because I know the Bull. Who are you guys playing again? The
Rebels.
The Rebels. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what they've been doing. I know the Bulls are playing golf today.
Usually the guys they play a bit of golf, Darren. You know, every Thursday they get the day off, so most of the guys probably go and hit a ball and enjoy themselves. But yeah, look, I mean, still a big game for us on the weekend, so we've got to go out there and beat the Rebels to ensure a home semi-final. Home
semi-final, big important thing. So although you guys have won, and well done by the way on winning the conference, picking that up again. So that's one job done, but the bigger one now comes because that home semi-final is going to be absolutely massive in the context of who might be getting through there.
No, 100%, Darren. This competition is all about home ground advantage, and you can't really win it if you don't play at home, especially in those playoffs. And it's important that we get that bonus points, and then we can see who we come up against in the semi-finals. And the way things are looking, it looks like probably could be your team in terms of the Sharks, but or the Brumbies. But it's nonetheless, we've got a job to do this weekend and win it.
Yeah, and of course you're not even worrying about those guys now. I mean, just get the game over this weekend, and then when you do get to the playoffs, obviously which is probably something you didn't really want to have to think about now. But Jeb Sinclair and the I didn't realize that there was what was the ruling about Jeb Sinclair suddenly and the playoffs all about?
Yeah, Darren, basically what Zans are trying to prevent is inter-competition, swapping, and basically, because we didn't put him on our list before April the 1st, he's no longer eligible to play in the playoffs, which is a rule we pretty much knew from last year when the Schalk Brits issue came up in the semis when we needed him in the Crusaders game. So I guess they're just trying to, prevent, last minute and roles in the playoffs, and so I think that the same may apply to France Spain in terms of the Sharks and wasn't registered before. But there are arguments for and against it, and I guess from our side is that we've had a massive amount of injuries, and Jeb has been playing amount of games for us now, but unfortunately, as I say, he can't make it. So it's his final game on the weekend, and hopefully we can give him a good send-off.
All right, and he's starting off the bench, right?
Yeah, he's coming off the bench. The important thing for us is that we get as close as possible to a first team selection for the playoffs, and we're still waiting on the injury situation with Schalk and Dwayne Vermeulen. So hopefully one of them can come right, but if they don't, then we have to look at other, players and Dion Ferree's that option for us as an 8.
Yeah, Skinstad not an option, You weren't thinking of bringing him back?
Love to have him. Maybe we'll score a bonus try if we did it.
That one moment of magic, it's still there. It's in him somewhere. All right.
That's exactly it.
All right, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. You guys it's amazing what happens in a season. Suddenly, just in one position, just one thing after another. It's crazy how this competition works. You can have so much depth in one place, and then another place you sort of think, oh, we're fine there. We've got enough depth. And then you're sitting at the end of the round robin going, who's next?
Well, exactly. Darren, this was the second season that we've actually had to go through the situation. Going into the season, we knew, we had several talented youngsters in the loose forward position, but never thinking that, we'd have to dig real deep and bring players from overseas and even dig even deeper in terms of our Vodacom Cup and club rugby. And, the guys who have come up have done phenomenally well, but, it really is a tough competition. We went through 6 different fly-offs last year, and, we survived that, and we would think, this crisis would never hit us again, but it has hit us hard, and, lots of teams have had to go through it, but when it comes to one position, that's when you really start to, you really are scraping the barrel in terms of, unearthing talent that you never had or you never knew you had. So, but we've done, pretty well considering, and as I say, the guys who have come to the fray, played really well, and we're pretty happy with them.
Just what is the prognosis? What's the kind of time frame? Are you hoping that Skalk? I mean, is that going to be speeding up the expected time with Skalk or Dwayne? Or what kind of time frame were they expected to be ready again?
Look, we've been expecting Skalk for some time now, so he's just got one of those injuries that the recovery, you can't put a date on it, and it's tough, because 1 week he's doing really well, and then there's another setback. So he's had a really tough injury to get through, and he's pushing hard, and he really is, keen to make it. He's the one stalwart in our side, has been around a long time, and yet to win a trophy for the Union, and he would do everything possible to get back to be playing in a semi-final or possibly a final. So, but Dwayne from Newland is probably the one who's looking more likely to come back, which is great. We've been missing a big ball carrier of his status, and he's a massive player for us, and hopefully we'll know his situation better come next week, Thursday and Friday, when he gets reassessed.
And Robbie, having Stephen Kitsoff back in the mix there, had a great game for the baby Booker. Speaking of young talent, certainly getting better and better.
Yeah, John, he's a great player, and he's won a cup, so first one from Western Province to win a cup in a while. So he's fairly confident, and he's had an awesome season for us. We've seen in saying that we've got an old dog in. And he's a great team man, and I think that's the real thing about our team this year, guys, is that we've got a great team spirit, and the guys are really tight, and they really are playing for each other, and hopefully we can just go one step further this year.
All right. Just on the subject of the trophies and stuff, and the concern, and no trophies for Skalk, you're not concerned that he might be going to Barcelona or Manchester City next year?
Nah, Darren, he's still with us, so we've got him for
no, I know. I'm just having a dig at these freaking Arsenal players that always go to one of those two because they don't win trophies. So it doesn't.
Yeah, I tell you, Darren, it's nice to it would be nice if we can get one trophy in the cabinet. I tell you, a conference win is awesome, but it's the second year in a row for us, but it's still not the real deal, and we've got to go for it.
It's going to come, It's got to come sometime. It's it's just a matter of time, and I'm sure the word patience has been used a lot in pre-game training and sessions and stuff like that, because I suppose that's what it's all about, patience, taking that patience onto the field as well.
No, 100%, and as I say, the guys have shown great maturity this year and a real togetherness, and I think at the end of the day, if you got that right on and off the field, and it doesn't matter how you approach the game or play technically, if the guys are playing for each other, then you're already one step closer to winning that trophy.
Awesome stuff, Flecky.
Do we need any predictions from Flecky?
Well, Flecky, I mean, just obviously the Stormers are there, and we've been asking everyone this week to give us their final six in the playoffs, and it's amazing because everyone has basically said the exact same thing. So, although it's still a bit of a tight race for some of the sides, apart from the Stormers, who are your other five then you'll see coming out of this weekend as being in the playoffs with you guys?
Yeah, clearly the Chiefs are there, and us, and then I would think that the Brumbies would scrape through. I think they got a tough game against the Blues though, and I think they'll just scrape through on that one, but they'll qualify obviously. And then it's looking Crusaders, Bulls, Sharks, and that's the way I see it. And come semi-finals, I think it's possibly Sharks, Stormers and Crusaders, Chiefs. So that's the way I see it shaping up at the moment.
All right, that's exactly what everyone has said. They've said those six are the ones that will come out at the end of the end of the weekend has been the 6 that'll be involved in the playoff sessions of Super Rugby. Always nice to chat to you, Flecky. Thanks very much. Donovan just tweeted us, said, I was wondering whatever happened to Robbie Fleck. Donovan doesn't watch the games on TV, clearly, because
you always see Robbie there.
You at least get 1 or 2 showings in the box there with Ali and Matt. So
not be gets in the way of the camera again.
Nice to chat to you, Flecky. All the best and send love to the family. Okay.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Robbie.
Bye bye.
Okay.
There we go. Robbie Fleck.
We the best on 3. 1, 2, 3. We the best.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on Ballz.co.za. Ballz.co.za.